Oh, I'm hidden. I'm hidden. What's happening? Good morning, Franz. Your streamer's an idiot. It's one of those days. Am I gonna appear? Am I here? Oh. I'm frozen again, but I'm not frozen. What is going on with my tracking? Oh, yeah, that's right. Router got reset. Oh my god, find. Troubleshooting. That should be it. It's always the problem. The router gets reset and then my tracking doesn't work. And then there's one setting that I have to go to. Huh. That usually fixes it. Okay. Oh, it moved for a second. There we go. There we go. There we go. I fixed it. Okay. Hi. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Have I tried restarting it? Yeah, the problem was restarting it. Necromancer was first today and gave me a hydrate. And Death was second. 9 was third. Hi. Good morning. Happy Canada Day. I'm good. How are you? I'm very good. Ah! Now I have a concussion. I thought we would start a different practice today since we've been working on the clouds for so long. I haven't had a chance to set up this file. I was supposed to get a package and FedEx is like, yeah, pay $22.13 in import fees. And I'm like, I've never been charged an import fee from this company before. It turns out I realized they sent my thing from Germany when they could have sent it from their warehouse in the US, and I don't know why they didn't do that. So, I'm going to talk to the company and be like, hey, can we get this sent out? Because I don't want to pay almost as much as I paid for the thing just in import fees. Like, I just know. It's not like I need the thing or anything, but I had to use my remaining gift card that I won from Skilltree all at once. Because if you use it up, if you don't use it all, then it gets wasted. Because these gift cards are dumb like that. So I'm just going to ask them for a refund and have FedEx send it back. Let's make this file the size it's supposed to be, or rather the width it needs to be. We're just going to do a little bit of math here. Oh, what the heck? This anchor point. There we go. Canada, what about America? That's 3 days. Good luck with that one. It's supposed to be 47 degrees Celsius today with the Humidex. Which in freedom units is a lot. Like, a lot. Hold on, I'm doing the conversion. 116.6 Sorry, I'm trying to do my math. It's 116.6 degrees today. Climate change isn't real, folks. Alright, we're just gonna grab the background color. Because I can't be arsed to go pure black on the color wheel. For some reason, this was just faster. Let's see. Colors. Nine gets to see the whole process today. So what do you think about my OC I put in art? It looks good. I don't know what else to say. It's a furry. So, it looks good. I don't have a fur affinity count, and I tend to not go to that website, so nothing against furries. I'm just not furry, so. Dad was posting prawn. No, just furries. How's everyone this morning? I'm good, I'm good. How are you? It's good to see you back. Thanks for coming by again. I know I stream at a rather unconventional time for most working North American people. Is there a difference? Well, I know many furries try to convince you otherwise, but I think the majority of them, there is no difference. Doing well, just waking up. About to do some game development. Ooh. What are you making? Oh, sorry. Get tired. Why will post in Chrome when I can't even draw? Anyone can draw. If you can write by hand, you can draw. I wanted to select something with a fair bit of motion today. I wish I could dance. Colors. Right. So I couldn't fully catch that in the middle. Leon, once more. One more time. What are you working on? Sorry, I fell into the zone there. What kind of game? Is it your job, or is it a hobby? I'm always curious. Still don't have this color quite right. I think I just need more saturation. I love how much light and shadow is in this already. So I'm trying to start a small indie dev group. I like to make turn-based RPGs. That's what I'm making now. Oh, nice. I'm kind of useless at programming. Nah, thank you for the mad reminder. Good morning. Happy Canada Day to you, my friend. My fellow Canuck. Yeah, many years ago I was making games with friends, but we never actually produced anything. But we were using things like RPG Maker to make stuff. My friend became a developer for an educational company. She was my roommate for 10 years, and I was doing all the writing and stuff. And it was a play-by-post RPG site that actually had like stats and stuff, so you could roll for actions in the post, and once you made your roll, you couldn't change it. So you were stuck with it. Oh no, RPG Maker's a great tool. We actually had physical copies of RPG Maker. VX Ace, I think it was what we had. I think that was the version that we had. I finally got my pants sewn together last night, or at least the prototype of them. It turned out pretty well. Naff noms, but I don't wanna. Too bad. Take your noms. Otherwise you get sicky. It's a hint of color in this gray that I neglected. And a little bit of this color reflecting up in there too. And right here you have some of this brownish color, especially right here. It's amazing how much light is like coming down behind her, like from down here. My proportions are way off. Well, let's just try and fix that. My dog is deemed at cuddle time, so no work for me. My cat has been doing that in the morning. He's like, no, you're not gonna get up right now. You're gonna cuddle with me. Thank God for the liquefy tool. I need to learn to be more conscious of the size of what I'm working on too at the outset. completely wrong too. It's too red. Hmm. I was right going more towards the reds. Just don't quite have the right. Let's try hue. Nope, nope. I am in the right color zone. It's just not working. Let's see down here. Yeah. I think I just need to go for it. It just needed more blending. And my shadows weren't cool. Cooling the shadows helps. Alas, perhaps another time. This is not dark enough. So again, my shadows are not shadow enough. One day I'll be able to paint something like this from imagination, I hope. And Modern Shadows are really lacking. They never put shadow enough. Always cheaping out. Yep. I'm always cheaping out on my shadows. We know this is my problem area. I purposefully chose something that had lots of light and shadow today. Because we know that's an area where I struggle. It's gonna force me to confront it. Sneaks up on Necromancer. Clerics! Good morning, Fantasy. How you doing? Shh! Don't evoke their name! You'll summon them! Like Voldemort. Clerics. I slept 3 hours due to the heat and the ants crawling all over. Blech. On the plus side, I finished my book. One minus now I have to print it so I can write it at home. You see, now you've got to do the editing. But congratulations on finishing it. Is that your first time finishing one? If it is, I promise in like a year you're gonna hate it. You're gonna think it's garbage. Promise. That's what happened to me. I finished writing my first one, and I was like, "Yay, this is so good!" And then I look back on it now, I'm like, "This is so fucking cringe." My weeaboo was showing so much. That's what I'm gonna do at home, and no second time in one scene made my friend laugh so hard he started hiccuping. Nice. I love it when a painting starts to come together. Made her way taller than she actually is. Gotta fix the proportions again. Made her torso too tall. Gunk! Hello! Good morning. We started a new practice piece today. Romance has redeemed a stretch. Everybody stretch! Make sure you stretch out those sides, but carefully. Don't want to pull out your back. I definitely won't be going overtime today, guys, because the street party's at 12. I might even end early to go help out with setup. Just so you know. A little bit more saturation, more brightness right here. Would be too much. Less saturation, more brightness. Curve it out a little bit more. Aha. Now the street gang is gonna go out terrorize early today, eh? Hell yeah. We're gonna go hang out with all the old folks and terrorize the neighborhood. in 47 degrees heat. 47-degree heat. 47 Celsius. It's gonna be gross. It's gonna be so hot. I can't believe these temperatures though, man. Like, it's insane. We started this from a blank screen today. Look at this. With skills being worked on, light and shadow. With a bit of motion. I feel sorry for all those without AC. Yeah. Which is a lot of people. How you doing today, Gwen?
Necromancer Dark is hosting a guest.
Necromancer,
Welcome
you're
Arctic
crazy.
Quail to the island.
Necromancer, thank you so much for the gifted sub to Arctic Quail. Quail, welcome to Necrocon, the convention that keeps going even if you're dead. If you pass, you staff. Just don't die. It's very simple. I think Necromancer just likes to support people who try their best. He's a good bean. He's so helpful. Thank you, Necromancer. As always, thank you so much for your support on this channel. This allows me to keep going without feeling too guilty about, you know, mooching off my family and living at home with my parents at my age. Apparently it's actually quite common now, because nobody can afford anything. Again, head's too big. Now it's too small. Forehead was too high. Apparently we're also working on proportion. Major cities living with the fam, more countryside areas next to cities are still feasible. Rent a house for £500, that's cheap, man. Think I'll take a nap? Okay. Figure out what it is I'm doing wrong with this arm eventually. I think in general I just have her too big. Whoever hydrated me, thank you. Nap has done the stretch and hydrate. Don't you hate it when you're too big? Yeah, I do hate it when I'm too big. It's a problem that I've got. See, now that I've adjusted the rest of her, this arm is too short, which is why I was unable to resolve it. That's a lot better. Still off, but it's a lot better. Oops. Let's get this fan in here. That's gonna be fun to draw. All those little spokes, all those straight bits. Drawing straight things is really annoying. What matters first is getting the shape of the fan right. It's actually going behind her arm. Because the other part of the fan's probably right here. Come on, we're not that bad once you get to know us. Walking in through doors like Mr. X in Resident Evil. He's the really big dude, isn't he? got kind of a almost a koi look to it, like the fish koi. I think I've got that relatively close in shape. Trying to get that luminance of the light passing through the fan is really quite interesting. I found a really cool site today, how to make Viking clothing patterns and techniques. The ones most relevant to what I want to make. Nice. Good luck with that. As I was saying earlier, my pants turned out to fit, which was nice. We're just going to do all the spokes afterwards. Once you get to sharpening things up, it really starts coming together. there's a tone in here. Not quite sure. This gray is wrong. I think it's purple. If your highlights are warm, your shadows are cool. This is a rule. You have to abide by it, because otherwise things are wrong. That's why down here things are looking a little wonky. It doesn't necessarily apply over the whole picture, it applies to the light source. If your lights are warm, your shadows are cool. If your shadows are warm, your lights are cool. I'm surprised how well this is going. I'm loving this homemade salted potato chips. Nice. I recently taken an interest in looking at artwork of characters made in the style of a stained glass window. That's pretty neat, yeah. friend who is a chef made them for me. You got a lot of cool friends, Fantasy. Police officers, chefs, reenactors. I always say that I hate people, but I honestly love people. I love how diverse the world is. I just wish people could be nice to one another. That is my one wish, that we could have that diversity, but without hatred. Diversity over time turns hatred into sugar water. Ah, just every time I do this, I'm always shocked at how good it looks. Especially when I start getting into refining things. Like, it looks like ass to start, and then you get into sharpening up shadows. And, like, the painting just sort of comes to life. I like that moment when a painting just blooms into itself, you know? It's the part I'm worried about the most is getting her chin right. very mushy. Sorry, I'm kind of locked in here. No wonder I don't see you as much anymore. It's because my online times have shifted to a completely different time. Senko. I can't do much about that. I'm very consistent. But it's good to see you again, friend. We're working on this piece today. And we've been working on this the last few streams. It's more or less done. Just needs some tweaking. And how you doing? It was fun hanging out with everybody at Wisterium again yesterday. TM!
TM underscore alters his boat just docked.
Thank you for the raid! Oh, nice shout out. There we go, everybody. There's a streamer. What were you doing today, TM? And hello, everybody. Eating pizza and I'm on the way to the bank. Don't eat and drive. Buzz, right? Buzz. He's the bees. A bees. Hello, everybody. My name is Sick. I'm a painter. I'm a dumb painter. We're working on a practice piece today, particularly focusing on light and shadow, so I took something with lots of contrast. What were you doing today, TM? Do you have an art tax? Doing good. Was prepping some cards and fighting my airbrush. Then, if you have an art tax, feel free to share. Twatty Libin. It's nice to meet you. Hi. Is it just Twad or Twatty? Lieben? No, there's no E. How do you wish to be called? I love that you paint on cards. I love that so much. And the hollow cards just look so good. I like the Bill card. That one is so good. Just Twad? Okay. It's nice to meet you, Twad. We're doing a light and shadow practice. We were working on this the last few days. These are practice pieces, so they're just photos I picked from everywhere on the internet. But I also do character design. This is my LARP character. My LARP character is a merman. Also, earlier today, I cut more chest wood out in the bandsaw blade. But the bandsaw blade snapped. Scared the shit out of me. But I got no more woodworking for today. I guess no more woodworking today. Yeah, well, having your bandsaw blade that snap, that's a bit terrifying. Luckily, that never happened to me when I was using the bandsaw, but... I get scared when the needle on my sewing machine snaps. I can't imagine a bandsaw blade. Like, ugh. Also, you have a bandsaw? I didn't know you had a bandsaw. Thought you wouldn't have had room for that. Also, how did you move that? Those things are heavy. I guess if it's a modern one, it's much lighter. When I think of bandsaws, I'm thinking of like industrial bandsaws. You know, the ones that are made out of like cast iron and like 18 feet tall. No, they're like 8 feet tall, but you know, they're huge bandsaws. I'm not looking forward to doing all these fan spokes. street. Or were you at like a makerspace? Got myself one. It's a tabletop one, but relatively weak and doesn't have a lot of capacity. So most cuts I still have to do by hand. Fair enough. That's the problem with having like undersized and underpowered tools. If you want to do any kind of actual project, it just kind of slows you down. It's more of a waste of space than anything. Just get yourself a silky saw and cut it by hand. Bandsaws are pretty cool, but man, if the blade snaps. It's like when the chuck of your CNC releases and the drill bit spins off. You're like, what do? You just wait and hope it doesn't hit anything. The thing's going like 2,000 RPM. You're like, but that's the slow one. Like, goddamn thing's like drilling a hole in your concrete floor. Cutting one cut 60 centimeters long takes about 20 minutes. On the bandsaw? You might as well just use a handsaw at that point. Hew it with an axe. Be faster. Goodness me. We still have to figure out all the, like, logistics details for, picking stuff up for Conquest. How goes the making of things, by the way? I got my, my pants prototype sort of fleshed out yesterday. I think I'm just gonna go with that pattern. There's a little adjustment I need to make. Bandsaw's more consistent, though. Yeah, that's true. Bandsaw is more... Well, it depends on your level of skill with a saw. Bandsaw's more consistent unless you really know what you're doing. Like, you're massively skilled, like, master Japanese carpenter with beautiful crosscut saws. Those nice, like, super awesome Japanese carpentry saws. I love those things. I want one so badly. I don't even really make anything and I want one. I want to get into carpentry, but it's like... Oh, wood is so expensive. But yeah, my pants worked out yesterday. This is the first time I've been able to make a pair of pants that actually kind of fits. I still haven't made the tent skeleton. You might want to get on that. It's July. Yeah. And I'm gonna lose a lot of my sewing time today because of Canada Day. Most of my tools are used from the market space / from the supermarket. Oh. The supermarket? Is that tools at a supermarket? It's like groceries. Or is it like the equivalent of Walmart? So it's like the cheapest of the cheap tools. They're not like hardware store tools. I just realized that I'm gonna have to take the pants apart again in order to make a pattern from them. Fuck! Each drill was 19 euros. It's almost $40. That's pretty goddamn cheap. It's like baby's first tools. We gotta get you some better tools, man. Hey, Koof, how's it going? We've stopped to chat. We got a raid and we stopped to chat. Happy Canada Day from Canada. Umbrella hungry? What? What does that mean? I used to Makita, but one tool from them was like 10 other tools from the supermarket ones. Yeah, but they last and they actually work. Hungry. Oh, I'm hungry. Umbrella hungry. Ah! I will never understand people watching on their phones. I just don't get it, man. Like, how do you even function? Phones are just impossible. You can't... None of the websites actually ever work. None of the apps ever actually work. And, like, the internet is wholly unusable because you can't put ad blocks on. Like, you go anywhere on the internet without an ad block, and it's non-functional. I don't understand. People watching on their phones. It's just like, ugh. Twitch doesn't even work on my phone anymore. It's so old. I only have a phone. I thought you had a laptop. Even the laptop's still more functional than the phone, even if it's, you know, like a 2016 or something. My 2016 laptop, the only reason it doesn't work is because it uses 100% of its memory just to run the operating system now. I gotta install Linux on that thing or something. That'll probably work better. Windows probably put in its bloatware to slow down the computer because it's too old, so they encourage you to buy a new one to upgrade your OS, because you're like, oh, this computer's old, it's dead. They do that. The laptop is dog shit, so I gotta use my phone. I let it pass. I understand how dog shit some laptops can be, but honestly, I think the phones are worse. I only ate breakfast and a small lunch, and I need something before dinner. Coof, I eat once a day. I have a cup of coffee in the morning, and I don't eat until dinner. I don't understand how you're always so hungry. I look at food and I gain weight, so I'm just like, even eating dinner every day is too much food for me. I need to do another long fast again. Ooh, there's a pressure wave coming in. Oh my goodness. I just suddenly got a really bad headache. It was just like, bam, suddenly headache. Yikes. I wonder what the forecast is looking like for today in terms of storms. Because I suspect there's going to be tornadoes in Ontario today. If my phone broke down, I'm going to be offline for the next 6 months or so. That is rough. Hey, Cookie, how's it going? We're working on a new piece today. New practice. Happy Canada Day. Unfortunately, I ate the loaf of bread like 2 days and I'm too lazy to get more. This sounds like a personal problem to me. Maybe go get some of your $2 Oreos or something. I don't understand how you eat so much food. Like, how do you get away with eating so much food? Food is so expensive. The prices in your country astound me. Maybe I need to move to your country, but I think you live in a really hot country. With a government that spends money on spiritualism stuff, thinking it'll help science stuff. If I recall, you said something about that. You gotta go again? Have a fun stream? Okay, bye TM. Thanks for coming by again. Sorry I stopped painting when you came in. We'd been so focused. I might actually have to end stream soon because this headache just like... Cool. I need to check the weather map. It's definitely a pressure headache. Orange heat warning. 26 feels like 35. Oh, you'll be happy to know, guys. The temperature outlook for today has dropped to 46 from 47. I'm a third worlder, you don't want to live here? Yeah, but you have $2 Oreos. I don't have Amazon delivery. I don't use Amazon. Not anymore. Not unless somebody buys something off my throne. In which case, then I go to, like, one of my friends, like, Sai, and be like, hey, can you order me this? And I give them the money. Somebody who has an Amazon Prime account, so I don't have to pay shipping. Also, did you know if you have an Amazon Prime account, sometimes you're paying a higher price than people without an Amazon Prime account. And they still get free shipping. So there's like sometimes there's an Amazon Prime tax. Because they know people don't check. I can't live without beautiful, beautiful AC. There are plenty of people who can't, and it's getting worse. But like, we turned on our AC yesterday afternoon. After the rain came through. Because it was so hot. But like, there comes a point where... it's so hot and humid that you can't, that you can't sweat. Put ice cubes in a cooler box and blow a fan through it in summer. You adapt. I've gotten much more used to the heat since I moved back home because my dad won't turn on the AC until it's like, 30 degrees. And all of us upstairs, whose bedrooms are upstairs, are begging him to turn on the AC because we can't sleep at night. John, buying candies and snacks ain't an option anymore for months. Yeah. I'm gonna have to talk to Bergschneider too, because they sent me my thing from Germany. And now I have an import fee to pay, and I'm like, that costs as much as I paid for the thing. Actually, it costs more than I paid. And, why didn't you just send it from the US? So I'm gonna get them to send it back and give me a refund, and hopefully that'll, let's stockpile a bunch of ice cubes. It was a lifesaver, yeah. It's the swamp cooler. Society needs to do something, though, because stuff's getting really bad. Like, this is the highest temperature I've ever seen in my life. I've been on this earth for just shy of 41 years, and this is the highest temperature I have ever experienced. And it happens to be Canada Day. There's going to be a lot of people probably dying today from the sheer heat. It's cheese! Mon fromage is here.
That's Maxwell.
You've come to pester the nugget. I'll be eating 4 eggs and 2 packs of ramen and ham for my snack before dinner. Christ, Koof.
Skip the ramen.
Koof ate his entire loaf of bread, too. This man just eats so much, I don't understand it.
Some people can get away with that.
I'm jealous.
Oh.
I'm so jealous that you can eat that and theoretically not gain any weight. In Germany, Europe, a lot of people died and a new heat wave expected to come soon. Yep. Like I said to Senko today, it's supposed to be 47. Well, it just dropped to 46, but... It's,
What's wet bulb temperature?
What?
What is wet bulb temperature?
I don't know what wet ball temperature is.
It's when the humidity is so high that and the temperature is so high, and there's a sort of an
Yeah,
I
yeah,
see
I
it's
know,
okay.
but I don't know what the temperature is supposed to be.
probably worth a Google.
Yeah, I know, but you're sitting here.
I'm entertaining you.
You're entertaining me? Oh, you're entertaining the streamer, okay. Isn't that my job?
Ow. Because of you biting me. Ow. Stop biting me.
Oh, wet bulb.
Yes.
Wet bulb temperature is the lowest temperature that can be reached by the evaporation of water under current ambient conditions. It combines humidity and temperature to better reflect heat stress on humans. Alright. Wikipedia. We're gonna do some learning, people. If Wikipedia would ever fucking open.
Language.
I'll swear all I want.
Cat was good.
Guys, Wikipedia is not opening. I weigh like 57 kilos or something last I checked. That's not very heavy at all.
That's small.
Yeah.
Require that in British stone.
Fucking stones. 125 pounds. Jesus Christ, Coof. Too hot for Wikipedia? Yeah, it's too hot for Wikipedia.
The servers are broken.
Well, we'll go to Britannica.com instead. It doesn't tell you.
Which is the calculation there. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Public awareness of wet bulb temperatures has grown with the effects of global warming, which is responsible for the increase in global regional average temperatures, which in turn have resulted in increased humidity in several locations. Particular attention has been paid to the threshold or critical wet bulb temperature for human beings, beyond which healthy people could live for only 6 hours. Beginning in 2010, this wet bulb temperature was thought to be 35 degrees Celsius, 95 Fahrenheit, which is equal to a temperature of 35 C with 100% humidity, or 46.1 C, 115 Fahrenheit, at 50% humidity, which we have surpassed today. Such sensible temperatures have been briefly reached on multiple occasions in some regions, particularly in the Middle East, during heat waves. However, some experimental studies involving 35 C threshold suggest that survivable threshold wet bulb temperature for human beings varies with the type of environment people have been exposed to, and it may be as low as 31.5 degrees Celsius or 88.7 Fahrenheit. So it depends on what you're used to. Yeah, Koof, I think you just need to eat more. Like, double your weight. I think I'm more than that. I have to do conversion again. I'm Canadian, so we use pounds for human weight. I'm 133.8 kilograms right now. That's 295 pounds. You're just a little creature. We're gonna call you the goblin. But you're our goblin. By the way, in India, they have almost 50 degrees C in some regions. Yep. And yet people still deny climate change exists. And this is the most infuriating thing in existence. We have had one of the coolest Junes on record. And then we're into July and we're breaking records. The first day of July. In Spain, I think it was in Spain, they broke the temperature or was it Germany? I think there was a place in Germany that broke their temperature record, like their 50-year temperature record, and then the next day they broke it again. And people are like, climate change doesn't exist. And Donald Trump cancels green energy projects and switches them to coal and gas, and it just makes me angry. At 60 degrees Celsius, eggs start to boil / cook. Yep. And in India, they're getting 50, and people are dying by the thousands. Yes, it does kill people, Goof.
Oh yeah, it will. Wet bulb temperature kills you because you
It's
can no
not
longer.
just wet bulb temperature; it's just the temperature in general.
Yeah, you can't reject heat to the environment, and you overheat, and your internal proteins denature, and you lose it.
Yeah, your proteins actually cook. Can you pass me the nugget? I need to trim him. Yeah, McBeander. Oh, you're a toasty boy today. Of course, he's covered in fur. Some of your little claws are very sharp, my blade.
Hey, did you know where Mom's new pants are?
Might be hanging on the banister. I washed them. Yeah, I washed them on Saturday. Well, then, are they on her little hutch? There we go, Nugget. Now you no longer have knives on your hands. Just dull spoons. I'm getting so soft. In Germany, around 120 heat records got broken depending on the regions. Jesus Christ. And they still refuse to use nuclear power. They're like, we're going to use wind and solar, but when those things aren't running, we're going to use gas. But they're like, we're going to stop nuclear. And I think they're fools. Still doing the rough line art and haven't even started animating the hair. My nugget. I wish I could show him on camera, but then I would accidentally show my face. Baby beans, aren't you so lucky you live in a place with air conditioning, unlike Psy? I wonder what the temperature of Psy's home is. People have misconceptions about nuclear power. They do. And the problem is they're the majority. Yeah. Well, up where Psy is, they're getting like 37 with the Humidex. Only 27 degrees Celsius on the base, but 37 the Humidex. Aren't they lucky? Chernobyl and Fukushima changed the view on atomic energy in Germany? Yes, it did. But they were still wrong. If you just build thorium reactors, they don't explode. They physically cannot explode. There is nothing to explode in a thorium reactor. But no! On the bright side, all our petty, stupid wars will be distracted by the fact that we can no longer plant crops and the water is acid. No, Koof, they'll get worse. Because people will be fighting for resources. Guess whose southern neighbor is intent on taking their resources and demanding that we join them as part of their nation? And when we refuse, and they're out of water because they're already out of water because they keep building those fucking data centers, they're gonna come after us. They're gonna say, no, the Great Lakes are ours now. Even though they're 50% ours, too. Canada has some of the most fresh water on the planet. Thank you for the hydrate, Neff. I don't really have anything. Well, soda ASMR. And a posture check. Oh, we're getting unshriftening. How many shrimps can we put in the chat? Shrimps! Everybody on shrimp then spines. Give yourself a little wave back and forth. Stretch out those sides. Wave those arms. Just wiggle, 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 wiggle. Oh. Like seaweed in the ocean could us. The thing is, in the heart, in the heat wave, some power plants had to shut down or slow energy output because of cooling water. aka the river was too warm. They couldn't cool down correctly. Yeah. I'm thinking the same, it was stupid to get rid of them. Yes, it was very stupid to get rid of them. And they're paying the price now. They're paying the price for their ignorance and fear. There's more than enough information and statistics to show that nuclear power is the cleanest and safest form of energy that we have. Yes, it's terrifying when it goes wrong, but it's terrifying when a plane crashes too. You don't see everybody stopping to fly, or stopping flying. It's just, meh. In therapy, so I can't hear, but I love you, say, oh, prepare, give her a bunch of hearts. I love you too, Perf. I'm probably going to end stream because people are going to start getting ready for the barbecue. So I would like to help out. Or at least babysit Mum while everybody else is helping out. And maybe work on my pants a little bit. And also this headache is getting poof. We're supposed to get some storms. So I think the barbecue is probably going to last about an hour before everybody's like too hot to exist. And then we're just going to go home and like die or something. But maybe we should find someone to raid. I need to send Berg Schneider an email before I do anything else so I don't forget. Because FedEx was like, oh, you gotta pay this fee, and I'm not gonna pay the fee. So let's go to my channel. Mute the tab. There isn't really anybody online, but it's Canada Day, so I'm not surprised. "9/11 was bad due to the smoke around the globe. We have deaths like it every day just because black shiny rocks are getting cooked." Wait, 9/11? 911. What? I'm confused. I'm actually legitimately confused by that one. I mean, we have a wildfire problem. There's all of the oil refineries that are getting blown up all over the place because of the war, Russia's 3-day military operation. "9/11 was a very short-term event. I don't think it caused enough smoke to affect the planet in any sort of way. I don't... It may have affected very local temperatures, but other than that... The wars are certainly not helping. Our accidental geoengineering project with the God, what was it that they took out of the ship fuel? People that died that day was real bad, but it's happening almost every day around the world because we burn coal. Yes. The smog. Yeah. Of course we do. It's like, this is why I want to build a straw bale house, and I want to have a heat pump system with sky cool panels to shove heat back through the infrared window in the atmosphere out into space where it belongs. But that stuff that we took out of the shipping fuel, that actually was keeping our planet cooler. By accident. It was polluting us, absolutely, but it was accidentally keeping the planet cooler, and now that that's come out of the atmosphere, it's getting hotter, faster. Oh, there's Mom. You got your new jeans? What? It's not new yet. But I am ending stream. One container ship is the same as a million cars on the street every day. Yeah. They're starting to put sails on shipping ships, like actual sails. Like, we're going back to literal sailing ships because it saves so much cost on fuel, and thus the environment. The engines are dirty as fuck. Yeah, they are. But the gross shit that we're pumping into the atmosphere in their fuel that they took out recently, that was actually cooling our planet. And now that it's left the atmosphere, it's causing the planet to heat up faster. So we were accidentally protecting ourselves with pollution. And now we need to figure out a way to fix that problem. And no one's working on it. And Donald Trump is an idiot. So America, China, and India are the biggest polluters on the planet. And, you know, they pulled out of the Paris Agreement, and it's just bad. America's a bad place. I'm sorry for the Americans, but it's just bad. So, but, you know what? This is the coolest summer we'll ever have. With that, I'm going to end stream. Y'all have a great day now. We're staying on shore for celebrations. So, everybody have a great day. Hi, Cora. Bye, Cora. Happy Canada Day. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the usual stream. Y'all have a great day now. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for the interesting talk. I don't often get to talk about politics and environmentalism. In COVID times when the world was standing still for a short time, you can see the CO2 output stop for a few weeks. Yes, and we need to do it again. We just need to do it again. Everybody worked from home. Yep. And here I am contributing to it by going to Conquest. But, like, I go to Conquest once a year. I don't even have a full driver's license. I take public transit, so I've done my due diligence, and I will continue to do my best to take care of the environment. But I do have to go, because people are expecting me. So,